Why do we have hills? Why is it that the world isn't just leveled without hills or anything like that? I thought about that as I thought about life and training. Sometimes people use the word monotony, and that's what can happen in life. If we never had any hills and everything was just straightforward, life can get monotonous. Monotonous. And so too, if you really think about it, it is true that our training can get challenging. Sometimes we have to change it. But if we don't, sometimes it can get monotonous. We can do the same thing over and over and over, and there's no results, there's no change, and we get bored. So it is good sometimes to have those hills in life. Those times when we change our training and it becomes a bit more difficult, a bit more challenging, but we grow in a different way. And that takes away the monotony, it makes it more exciting, and makes it more fun. Muchas personas cuando es en el treno, mucho tiempo, muchos años, personas no encanta treno, no más. Pero cuando tu entreno es diferente, es cambio, es interesting, es feliz, es muy bien, entonces tu entreno es muy bien por mucho tiempo. Pero cuando tu entreno es mismo todo el día, entonces es difícil. Tú es aburrido en el entreno, tú no encanta. Entonces es necesario tu entreno cambio, diferente, para tú es feliz en el entreno. I don't know. I can't see clearly. I don't know what to do. You ever have those days in training where you just can't see clearly? You just don't know what to do, which direction to go. I remember they said with respect to the Army, do something. If you don't know what to do, you do something. And that's been my attitude with respect to training. There are times when I don't know. For some reason, I'm just either not in the mood, not there mentally, or just spaced. And I'm not sure what to do. So I just go to the gym and do something. I just go according to my routine. Whatever it was that I had set, I just go ahead and do it. Sometimes I feel like I'm just going in motion, but I just do something. And what happens is you continue doing this, and eventually you'll get back to a routine that's more effective, and you'll get your brain back together and you'll continue going. But it's best to do something when you're at that point where you're not sure what to do, rather than do nothing. Y cuando tú tu cabeza es no bien para el treno, y tú no piensas, no seguro, voy al tren, voy al gimnasio, solo voy y ejercicio. Y ejercicio un día, ejercicio otro día. Entonces, en poco tiempo, tú es bien. Pero necesito to continuar el treno. What do you do when you find something wrong with your training? That is your training technique, or your training style, or your training system. Well, change it. It's your training. It is our training for ourselves, to better ourselves, to change our bodies. If we find something that's wrong, no sense holding on to it. Change it and do what's right, and gradually make things better. It is quite simple. We don't have to worry about what anyone thinks because it is ourselves we're trying to improve. It is true that bad habits is hard to change, and sometimes when you're used to doing something, even though it's wrong, you know it's the wrong way, and it doesn't work, it is hard to change. It's a mental thing. But when it comes to training, the goal is to change our body, to have a better life, and possibly sometimes to lose weight or other good things, build stamina, tone, all those things are there. If we find that our training isn't accomplishing the result of what we wanted to accomplish, then there's no question about it. We need to make those changes to make it better. Cuando tú estás en el treno y tú piensas que el treno no es correcto, entonces necesito cambio rápido. No necesito continuar el treno cuando es no bien. Cuando es no bien necesito tu cambio el treno, pero muy bien el treno, rápido, y continuar tu el treno. We all want, but do we do what's necessary to gain the things we want? There is no shortage of people who want things, want a good body, want to lose weight, want to get in shape, want to be toned. But there is a shortage of people who are willing to do what's necessary to gain the things they want. I always says there's nothing wrong with wanting, as long as you're willing to follow through with what's necessary to gain those wants. So it's training. Want as much as you like. Want to build, want to grow. All those are good things. As long as we're willing to do, keep a schedule, keep a good routine, and focus on those things that's necessary to reach those goals so as to gain the wants that we want in life. Cuando tú encanta el treno, muchas personas encanta buen cuerpo, encanta musculoso, encanta no más gordo. Pero personas no todo voy al gimnasio para ejercicio en el treno. Persona encanta, pero no es el treno, no voy al gimnasio. Es bueno, pero encanta buen cuerpo, no más gordo, pero es necesario tu voy al treno para tu cuerpo cambio es diferente. What is training all about? The physical strength or mental intelligence? You know, I pondered the question as I look in the gym and see people who train longer than I. I've been training for years, and some complain that they get no results. Whereas there's other people who train for a shorter period of time and get great results. Aside from the fact that people take things, training is a combination, I've come to realize, of physical strength and also mental ingenuity, designing a training that's best or work for you. So it's not just a matter of going in, I'm just going to lift some weights. That's great. But also we need to think, we need to create, we need to design a particular training system that works for us. And therein lies the mental part of training. So if you're finding that your training is not effective, not working, nothing's going on, perhaps you have the physical part down, but not the mental aspect of it. Of course, the reverse can be the same. Perhaps you're not pushing yourself with the physical aspect of it enough. So there should be both sides. Cuando tú estás en el treno, es muy bien, tú piensas tu el treno. Necesito el treno es muy bien para tu cuerpo y necesito tu el treno es duro también para cambio tu cuerpo. To reminisce. The other day at the gym, me and my friend and another fellow, we were just reminiscing about the years of training. And we couldn't help but to point out those who we've seen that have been coming to the gym and has been training despite all types of ailments. One fellow actually had schizophrenia. He passed away. And his photo was at the gym. And we were just thinking impressively how some people, despite the stresses of what they're going through, they continue to train. And it was motivating to us who train because we realized that perhaps it's not that bad for us, but it sets an example. And they really prove that despite the challenges that they're going through, they do what they have to train. And that reminiscing was motivating to us to continue training. And so too, with our training. A good motivation is to reminisce the years of training, the years of seeing others train can help us to continue training. Es muy bien cuando tú estás en gimnasio, mirar a otra persona. Tú estás no solo en gimnasio. Cuando tú no encanta el treno, tú estás no feliz, entonces mirar a otra persona es más difícil para hacer el treno. Entonces cuando tú recuerdas a otra persona, es bien para tu treno fuerte. The important things in life. Training and having a better quality of life, I would consider to be one of those important things of life. Our family, our kids, all that is important. However, whether we realize it or not, our quality of life can help make all those things more enjoyable. Thus, our training and physical health is very important. So I would consider it one of those important things of life. Though training is something we do, something we enjoy, or something we may or may not do, and may or may not consider it to be vastly important, life is important. And our life is short. However, if we can increase the quality of it and make it more enjoyable and fun, and we can do more, then we can have a better life. Thus, that puts our training in a good place as one of those things that are important to our life. El treno es muy importante para tu vida. Tu vida es importante en el treno es importante. Cuando tu cuerpo es bien, tú estás no más gordo, entonces es muy bien para tu vida. Entonces tu vida es más feliz y más bien. Entonces necesito tu treno para tu vida. Es más bien y más feliz. What role does positive reinforcement or encouragement play in our training or in our training results? I have some friends that I train with. They're always motivating. They always tell you you're doing a good job. And they're always encouraged the slightest bit of a change or improvement. For me, I find it to be helpful. I find it to be encouraging. I want to go and train amongst them because it feels good. It provides me a driving force to go and train. So, if you're in a circle of people that are training, realize that your encouragement, which could be simply admitting that your friend is doing well, that they have passed the 10, they were aiming for 10, now they're doing 11, and say, wow, you know, you have made that goal. You don't have to create weird, impressive things. It's simply truthful statements. You know, I've seen you grown. You're lifting 10, now you can lift 20. That does a lot to the mind of someone. That is encouragement to let the person know that they're going in a certain direction and they have improved. And it's good for us to do that amongst our friends. It's also good for us to take it. It is a challenge for some people. This is the reverse, to take encouragement. For some reason, there are some people that they don't either want it or they don't want to see that they're improving. And they may be changing rapidly. They may be growing and they don't want to, or for some reason they don't take it. Like a person who thinks he's fat and doesn't eat, but they're not fat, they're skinny. It's like a mental disease. Make sure you don't have that mental disease. When encouraged by others, a true encouragement that they share that, you know, you're doing great, you look great, you've improved, accept that and celebrate your progress and celebrate what you have done. It is a good thing to keep us going so we do not become discouraged. Es muy bien para la persona en el treno, pero es muy bien también tu hablar a otra persona cuando otra persona el treno es bien. Y es muy bien tu escucha cuando persona habla a ti de tu treno es bien. Es muy bien para tu treno es feliz, y muy bien para tu encanta el treno por muchos años. Cuando tú escuchas a otra persona, cuando otra persona habla tu treno es muy bien, y para tú también habla a otra persona. Cuando otra persona el treno es bien, tú habla tu treno es bien. Es muy bien cuando tú el treno. Do you like competition? And I mean good competition. Sometimes we compete among ourselves. We try to do, let's say we do 50 sit-ups, and tomorrow we'd like to do 60, and tomorrow we try to do 70, and so on until we get to 100, 200. This type of competition is very good for training. It pushes us. And it pushes us and also keeps the training interesting, which is most important. Sometimes to push ourselves is can be difficult because we're not interested and we don't feel like doing it. However, when in a competitive spirit, it is interesting. We're competing for that number, that breaking record, to break our own record, and it makes the training interesting and also effective because we're training without realizing it. Cuando tú estás en el treno, encanta feliz, es necesario tu competitivo. Piensa un día tú voy al trainer for 15 minutos. Otro día tú voy al trainer for 20 minutos. Otro día tú voy al trainer por 30 minutos. Entonces un competitivo para muy bien el trainer. Tú es muy feliz y tú es muy buen trainer. Are you hard-headed when it comes to training and working out? Not being able to listen to instruction, follow instruction, or get anything done? In some sense, a lot of us are that way, at least to a certain type of exercise. I have a friend that complains about her abs, but she doesn't do abs workout. She doesn't like it. For years she complains, but she hates abs workout. It's one or two, right? It's either you're not going to get abs if you don't do the workout, or you're going to do the workout and get abs. But a lot of us are that way. We're hard-headed when it comes to certain things with respect to training. Not everything. Some of us don't mind bike riding. Some of us don't mind swimming. Some of us don't mind jump rope, but we hate the gym. Some of us love the gym, but we hate to run. And despite the fact that we may need to burn some calories, to lose some weight and to tone, we just hate it and we don't do it. What to do in such circumstance? I always say this: do what you love. If you can do what you love, then you'll work out and it won't be a problem. However, I do add this: sometimes we need to do something a little different to reach the goal that we need. Perhaps you need to run a little. Perhaps you can run for 2 months. Once you reach your goal, you don't have to run anymore. It isn't that something you don't like, you have to keep doing. But you can do it to reach your goal, and then you don't have to do it anymore. It's like overtime. So you need to make some extra money. So you work overtime for a month, and then fine, you go back to your regular schedule. And it's the same thing. Okay, you need to tighten up your abs. You hate doing abs workout. All right, shoot for a month. Do your abs workout for a month. Then after that, okay, do something different. Light abs workout, something different just to tone and to keep it going. And in that way, you don't have to keep doing the thing you don't like, but you can do the main thing that you like, and at the same time, reach your goal with a short period of time doing that thing that you don't like. And that's how training is sometimes. Sometimes to reach that particular goal, we just have to do that thing that we don't like for some time until we've reached the goal. Then we can go back to our smooth sailing. Muchas personas cuando usan el treno, no todo encanta todo el treno. Es bien. Pero cuando tú encanta cambia tu cuerpo. Es mucho tiempo tú necesitas el treno otro. No solo cuando tú encanta, pero otro el treno tú no encanta. Pero poco tiempo, cuando tú encanta tu cuerpo, tú tienes tu cuerpo, tú encanta, entonces terminó. And voy a normal el treno tú encanta.
You're watching NoGlowCat.com. Yeah.